Welcome. Okay, I'm going to take us into our opening. So just give me a second. We're not on Rockfin. That's what tripped me up. I was looking to see if we're on the Rockfin. Okay, let's start this show.
Hold on.
How come I'm hearing myself?
Yeah.
We're not on Rockfin. That's what tripped me up. I was looking to see if we're on the Rockfin. Am I hearing the playback through yours?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, tech problems, everybody. Hold on 1 moment.
Yeah, you got to turn all your stuff down. I have to turn everything I have down.
Sorry, I'm getting to it. Hold on.
No, you are. I'm saying, yeah, you got to turn all your stuff down. Okay.
Okay, hold on. I'm almost there. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to turn Rockfin on. Hold on.
Thank you.
I was going to tell you earlier today that you have to turn it on.
Well, apparently I had to get permission. Amber sent me a message this morning that said that she allowed my email address to go in there and turn it on, I guess. So I don't know. The Rockfin is tripping me up lately. Hi, guys. Can you hear us? I'll let you see us.
Okay, now you're on. Now I think you're on Rockfin. Hey.
Okay. Are we on Rockfin? Are we on Rockfin?
I think so.
We'll eventually start this show. Cut me some slack. I am the woman behind the curtain. Yes, I see us on the Rockfin. Welcome, Rockfinners. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Where's pasta when I need to crop stuff?
I know. Crop. You're not allowed to crop in StreamYards. It's apparently illegal.
I'm going to figure out how to do that.
Our mortality should unite us. We're all going to die, all of us. What a circus. That alone should make us love each other, but it doesn't. We are terrorized and flattened by trivialities. We are eaten up by nothing. Charles Bukowski. A jet airliner opens up and sends its passengers falling to earth. You'd expect them to scream, to cry, to cling to each other in fear, to prepare for the end, to pray, to think about their loved ones, but they don't. Instead, they turn on each other and start fighting. I hate you, they scream while flailing their fists at each other on their way down. Some try to strangle each other to death. Some try to steal from each other. Some try to climb on top of others so that the other will die a fraction of a second sooner. Others cling to their possessions, yelling, "You'll never take what's mine," and kick at anyone who comes too close. They're all headed toward the same fate at the same time, but they turn on each other and try to get one over on each other during their short plummet instead of making peace with each other and with what's to come. That's what our bizarre relationship with mortality is like. A giant vagina opens up in the sky and births babies who grow as they fall to their deaths, and they spend that short time hating, fighting, manipulating, and scheming against each other. Of course, it doesn't feel quite that way. Because of the way humans happen to perceive time, it doesn't feel like a fast plummet toward death. From our point of view, it seems to last just long enough for us to forget what's happening, to get distracted and get caught up in drama and conflict and opinions and grudges, to lose our focus on the great splat that awaits us below. But that is what's happening. We're all engaged in an intimate dance with death, whether we acknowledge that that's what's happening or not. We're in the thick of it. Everything we do in life is a ball that we're bouncing off the wall of that definite end from wherever we happen to be standing. It's the other end of the span of time where we get to be doing stuff on this planet, opposite where we are now. Death is standing on the same court as we are, hitting back every ball we serve. It's easy to avoid coming to an authentic relationship with this predicament if you're not an authentic person, or if you don't expect to die anytime soon, or if you don't love anyone with much depth. To truly, deeply love someone is to immediately plunge into an acute awareness of death, because the more intensely you love another, the more that relationship's inevitable end moves into your attention. But as long as you avoid taking that leap and live a life of distraction and shallowness, it's possible to spend a long time pretending your dance with death isn't happening. And that's how we're able to pretend we're at odds with each other. To pretend it makes sense to live in a competition-based society where we need to claw our way over top everyone else in order to get ahead in a zero-sum rat race that can't exist without losers. To pretend it makes sense to live in a world where there are wars, where there is militarism, where there is hatred and selfishness and greed and defensiveness. The whole game depends on everyone spending long expanses of time forgetting that none of us get out of this alive. And then before you know it, you're sitting alone in a frail, feeble body, wondering why it hurts to walk, and where your lover is, and what the hell that whole mess was all about. None of the achievements you spent your whole life chasing mean anything anymore. None of the times you got picked over someone else for something you wanted feels special or significant anymore, and you can't remember why they ever did. You're certainly not sitting there wishing you'd spent more time at the office, or bought fancier clothes, or had a car that could impress your neighbors. All you want is to see the people you don't get to see anymore, and maybe a hug. If we could see it all play out quickly, or just perceive what we already know with greater consciousness and lucidity, we'd never choose to live our lives the way the powerful want us to live them. And there's no way we'd consent to systems which demand that we do. A whole lot of perception management goes into keeping us from seeing clearly what's going on here, and what they're taking from us, and how much better the world could be. What a circus is right.
Jimmy on a beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Yeah, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Yeah, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, okie dokie, boomer. DOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Jimmy on
Okie
a
dokie,
beat, boy.
boomer.
Yeah. Okie dokie, boomer. Boy, that
How's it feel being in the pilot seat?
it's a little stressful, a little nerve wracking, but I'm getting it. And I just want you to kick back and have a good time tonight and be able to just laugh and play like I get to, because I don't normally have to stress about any of this. So you deserve it.
Well, I appreciate it. Now that I'm in the co-pilot seat on just about everything, I'm enjoying it. Are you guys putting me out to pasture, you and Pasta, or what?
No, not at all. Are you kidding? No. If
It's
anything,
all
this
right.
frees you up to do more shows. And yeah, I know.
Yeah, I just don't know what I'm going to do because I never have anything really researched to say. I just complain all the time. You can
I
ask
know, right?
anybody.
I'm playing
Yeah.
around with our different shots. Okay, here we go. I like this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Yeah, we had to
no.
work it out. So it's complete opposite of what we're doing, and we're using a different studio than we've used for the last 2.5 years, or I am. So yeah, it's a little rough, but we're getting there. That was pretty morbid opening, but you have to agree.
It was right on. It was
is,
exactly right on. I mean, shit, smoke them if you got them, guys.
Yeah. Caitlin, she's always just on them, ain't she? Let's see. This only does one shot. Okay, that does too. Okay, so this show is satire. The views that are opinions that are expressed on Beauty and the Boomer, they're just satire, guys. Don't take us seriously. That's the bottom line.
Please don't take us
Yeah,
seriously.
please don't take us seriously. We never want that. Fair use. Fair use. We are commentators and pundits. That's all we're here to do. And Beauty and the Boomer PayPal. And let's see, where we go. Beauty and the Boomer Patreons. We love our Patreons. Our Patreons are running on the screen below. Some of you guys have been with us for years. And if it wasn't for you guys getting us out there and supporting us all this time, we wouldn't be here. So independent media, like I always says, happens because of you. And Julian Assange, if you want to help out the hands off of Assange rally, get together. I mean, there's the one there's quite a few different ones going around the world at the same time. I'm sorry, I've just had too many shows and too much coffee today. Anyways, yeah, if you can donate, you can stop by Comrade Misty Putin, her Twitter feed. She's got a bunch of links over there to donate. You can hit Roar Media. I think Amber's got some, and of course I have some in the description down below. We appreciate it. You guys are really helping us out get there, and we can't wait to get on the ground and bring you info. Wow, who just had a 7.6 magnitude earthquake? I see it in the chat. That's scary. Mexico. Oh, yeah, boy, they're just earthquake prone. Okay, Oz, we got a pretty big deck tonight.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some good stuff on it though, right?
Yeah, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. We got a Savvy Sabs, and we got a warning from Kim Iverson, which the warning has been going off for 4 years about this bullshit. So it'll be nothing new, but
right?
I'm glad Kim's out there just making it known. So I appreciate Sisters Kim's work too. So
I've always appreciated Kim's work, and I can say over the last 2.5 years, there's only been maybe 1 or 2 topics where I clashed with her. I don't even think it was topics. I think it was information that she was, saying.
sure.
Yeah. I appreciate what she did, because I did a version of it myself. When you go into the beast, the belly of the beast, the machine, and you try to work within, and you have that rebel spirit, you know what you're there to do, and nothing's going to deter you from doing that. You've got your integrity, but it wears you down after so long. Your supposed allies that are attacking you constantly, from either side. So I appreciate what she did, being in that corporate world for so long. And
yeah, I appreciate
welcome her back.
Yeah, I appreciate her walking away from a pretty good
Yeah.
paying job over at
Right.
Ryzen. That takes a lot of integrity to do that.
Absolutely.
But, I'm sure that just about everybody in our chat probably would have walked too if they pulled the same shit on
I
us
think
as
so.
they
We
pulled on
have
her.
such a well-informed and just, no, they know. I know our
Yeah.
chat. They would too. They're like,
Mhm.
So good on Kim for that. So I'm glad you brought some Kimmy. Let me shout out the chat a little bit. Gamer, hey Gamer. I saw you hanging out over at Hardlands earlier today. The Kit had a good show. Jilly, hey Jilly. SF Thomas. Yona, hi Yona. Barbara Bottleson.
Hi, Barbara.
Hey Barbara. Anthony Slanham. Welcome ACAB. And let's see who else is in here. Oh, I don't have my glass on. I'm tired. I can tell I'm tired. Who's hanging over on the Rockfin? I've got the Rockfin. We got Copeland Morris. Hey, Copeland. Fred Edward. Fred, I'm still looking for that flamingo pepper shaker. I'm going to find one. Salt and pepper shaker. I'm not kidding. One of these days, I will find you one. How are we doing? How's our sound, Oz? You check on everything?
Yeah, I just checked it. That's why I was juggling my headsets
I
on
figured
my
as
head.
much. I know you well enough.
Yeah, it sounds good. Unless they don't think it sounds good, then they would be our wonderful chat. Let us know what my volume is compared to Shanda's, if it's too high, too low. This
Big
is
eyes,
Shanda's,
little Chanda.
Yeah, Big Eyes, Little Chanda. Yeah, I've got this format kind of throws me because I've never zoomed this close to my face before. I think it makes me look younger.
No, you look good.
I feel like it makes me look. You can
Well,
see my gray
that's always been my biggest bitch with StreamYards is how I couldn't control the camera. I can't control the cropping on it. There is no touch-up setting. So from day one, I was feet in the dirt. Like, no, I am not using StreamYards. This is terrible. I know, my vanity. I'm sorry. So now 2 years later, here we are. And I know, I feel bad. I was like, oh, I could have let Oz use this all this time. But it's still, you don't have any controls on your camera or your audio, and it kind of
it lacks some of the bells and whistles we're used to. So
yeah, that's for sure.
But we'll get them integrated in. We got a lot of good people helping us out. And Chanda, you're doing a great job. Pasta's doing a great job. You guys are both doing well. Keep it up.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Let's get this show on the road. So you brought this first one. Let me bring it up for us.
Oh yeah, JB Font. You gotta love JB Font. He's such a kind-hearted person, and I saw this today, and it said many of us need this type of treatment. We have been so beaten and
Gosh,
battered by
yes,
this system. Oh yeah, and timelines cleanse. So if you want to bang that and show everybody loves doggies and kitties and stuff. So
they do.
first moments between a man and his newly adopted dog.
Oh,
That is
she's
love at first
beautiful.
sight. Yeah,
That's a
she's
beautiful pitty. I
yeah.
used to have a pitty like that. Her name was
Yeah.
Gracie Lou. She was a sweetheart. She was the sweetest dog I had ever known in my life.
I got one right down here with me right now, and that's
Pitties can
how.
be really good, loving dogs when they're
Yeah,
raised right. Ah,
yeah.
love
Mine's
me
a
a good
mix.
pitty.
She's a lab pit, so she's a mix.
Right.
Hmm.
She is Dharma, right? Or is
Dharma,
it
yeah,
Missy? Yeah,
and
Dharma.
Dharma, and she's like 13. Holy poo!
It makes me so sad when they get old. I just saw a friend who I hadn't seen in a while, and I loved his dog since it was a puppy. And here we are years later, and he stuck his head out of the truck, and it was like a shot in the gut to see that dog so old, grade face, this little chocolate lab. And I was just like, oh, "You're old!" Like it hurt. It hurt to see this puppy. I love so much to be old. So
Yeah,
yeah, it hurts watching it get old.
Aram says love pitties. Aram, we've got your credit card, your producer card in there, and we put your puppies down in
Oh
the
heck yeah!
corner. And I just reproduced it today on the deck. We hope that you guys like it.
Oh yeah,
So,
we love the puppies. That was a good one. That was a good one.
mhm.
Oh, it's still making me. Oh, okay, okay, I know why. Let's see. What do I got now? I just saw this right before we went live, and I had to bring it because I have questions. And it says, for a minute, I thought I was about to watch the wildest cooking show of all times. And it's Gordon Ramsay on cocaine. Gordon Ramsay investigates the cocaine trade. Well,
From
okay,
personal experience or what?
why? Why is my question? He's a chef, right?
He's not a recovering addict, or he doesn't profess to be, or what?
But it's called Gordon Ramsay on cocaine.
Well, that's you know what
I'm
my
confused.
some of my criticisms of our sisters and brothers over there, Abby Martin and Mike, they jumped into the jab conversation,
Oh, I
and
know. So
they
badly.
shouldn't have done it because they're so excellent at foreign affairs.
I
And
get it though. You got to understand Abby had a baby, her first baby in the middle of the pandemic, and
yeah,
as a mother remembering what it was like to be a brand new mother, I totally understand why she did what she did, and I don't hold that against her at all. I'm sad by it because I always thought that she had such a good, clear, questioning thought
yeah,
process about her. And so, yeah, that was very disturbing, but I get it.
yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. When you
I
got a
don't hold.
new life that's so precious to you.
Well, the nice thing that they did is when it got to a certain point, they just, and I wish they hadn't blocked the people they blocked, but they just kind of ended the conversation because
Well, yeah,
they were getting the hell ratioed out of them, and it happens. And I
it does.
just the blocking again. I don't like the blocking. Mute somebody if you just have to, but blocking people, that means that's not so good if you can at all help it, unless they're a troll. Have at.
Yeah, I just let them mute themselves, basically. I just
Yeah,
am
I do too. Yeah,
such a see you next Tuesday. They finally just leave.
yeah, I know. I
That's
hear
how
you.
you deal with it. I'm
Yeah,
telling you. Let's see. I'll bring us to the next one. What do we got here? Oh,
Ryan
you got
Knight.
this. Ryan Knight.
Ryan
Go for
Knight.
it.
813 billion for the military, 80 billion for the IRS. That one's going to come back and bite us in the ass real quick.
Oh, yeah.
76 billion for the chip makers. Excuse me.
Of course.
54 billion for Ukraine. I think that's inaccurate. I think it's getting closer to 80 billion. And 37 billion for the police, and more on its way. Joe Biden and the Democrats have used their majority to expand the military industrial complex, the police state, and the corporate welfare state. What a surprise. Now, didn't Eisenhower warn us about this? And he's doing exactly,
Yeah.
Biden's doing exactly what they warned us about. And sure, Trump and Obama did too. I think the last string of presidents, and I'll start with Clinton, I'm not even going to go with Reagan, have been horrible. All of them, no matter
Every
what
one of them.
party. And we have a duopoly, by the way. We don't have a two-party democracy
No, we
system,
don't.
whatever. So whatever.
Yeah.
Buy what you're going to buy. That's all. My
Yeah.
opinion.
But we'll keep pretending, right? We'll just keep pretending. No, that's a good one. Ryan Knight, sometimes he just like boom, boom, boom. He's just nailing them out there. I think he had a couple of good tweets today.
Yeah, he did. He did absolutely. You know, I liked the picture on this is really good.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Yeah, it does. And especially when I get my new 4K camera up, you'll be able to see every blemish on my face.
Yeah, well, that's I've got a 4K on right now, so yeah.
And it looks, I can tell the difference between
Yeah.
me and you. Yeah, I can tell
You can
that
really,
you got 4K.
what's
It's really
important
clear.
is that they read fuck censorship. That's important.
right. I gotta find mine. It must be up in the closet.
Are you
Definitely
gonna
gotta bust
Are you
that
gonna
out.
take it? Are you gonna wear it to DC?
Well, hell yeah. Plus, I'll always get new ones. I always get new ones on
Good.
the road. So
Good. This is really weird. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting here.
I
just
know,
talking.
just
Wow.
so we have to cover the Biden 60 Minutes fiasco from last night, and I've got a line of different clips from different places that are just funny. So let's just kick back and make some fun of Biden.
I like that tattoo.
Yeah, his dirt
Is it-
tattoo.
Oh, do you have anything to say? About what? Inflation? I'm not sure what to do with my hands. Just put them down. It's like my hands are floating on one of Hunter's magical clouds. Joe, inflation? What's wrong with inflation? It's higher than your son. Yeah, no, but gas prices are up and food's more expensive, so it'll even itself out. It's 8.3%. Yeah, but it was 8.2%. Do the math. What? I'm just saying. At least Ukraine is getting money. What about your son Hunter? Well, I love him, and he's the smartest person I know. He's also a criminal with a closet full of felonies. Yeah, but he ain't done nothing that affects me or the United States, so we're good. But he's on video committing felonies. Whatever happened to the 94 crime bill? Hey, knock knock. Who's there? 10 million jobs. You created 10 million jobs? Yeah. Well, how'd you do that? That was easy. I just let 10 million non-essential people go back to work. Presto. I created 10 million jobs. That's not how it works. Ask me another question. Did you know that Trump's house was going to be raided? Trump's house got raided? Yeah, you didn't know? My administration don't tell me nothing. They just do whatever. I ain't got no idea what's going on. They don't tell you anything? No, man, I'm serious. I'm not in charge. Do you have any advice on how to survive 2 more years of your administration? My advice is to not be poor. Well, are you going to run for president? Didn't I already do that? Yeah, but you got to do it again. Well, I say one thing and the White House says something else, so I don't know what's going on. So are you going to run again or not? I'd love to. I mean, nothing would give me more pleasure, but I don't even know if the 81 million people are still here. Are you concerned about your age at all? No, age ain't nothing but a number. Ain't that right, Ashley?
Now, did he figure out whether it was 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 90 minutes, or 60 minutes? I heard he didn't know how long the show was.
Yeah, he had no idea at all. But that's not the only guy. He made quite a few stupid statements last night, so I brought a couple of more. Let's see. Here we go. Here's one more. I love this meme. Don't worry, son. I won't let them raid your home. I know, Daddy. I know.
God, that just grosses me out.
President, you are the oldest president ever.
Pretty good shape, huh? Pretty good shape, huh? Pretty good shape, huh?
Some people ask whether you are fit for the job. And when you hear that, I wonder what you think.
Watch me. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. Excuse me. I was going to put him. Watch me. I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. Maybe, honest to God, that's all I think. Watch me.
That would be me.
Maybe, honest to God, that's all I think. Watch me.
Pretty good shape, huh?
$50 days to the midterms.
50
gonna be a
days
slaughter.
till the midterms. Oh my gosh. Pretty good shape, huh?
Yeah, real good.
Yeah. I'm going to just start randomly saying that to people. Pretty good
Yeah.
shape, huh? Yeah. Okay, we got one more in this series. One more. Let's.
All right.
There we go. We'll start it this way.
Mr. President, as you know, last Tuesday, the annual inflation rate came in at 8.3%. The stock market nosedived. People are shocked by their grocery bills. What can you do better and faster?
Well, first of all, let's put this in perspective. Inflation rate month to month was just an inch, hardly at all.
You're not arguing that 8.3 is good news.
No, I'm not saying it's good news, but it was 8.2 or 8.2 before.
Jesus
I mean, it's
Christ.
not. I can make it sound like all of a sudden, my God, it went to 8.2.
It's the highest inflation rate, Mr. President, in 40 years.
I got that, but guess what we are? We're in a position where, for the last several months, it hasn't spiked. It is just barely,
boy.
basically even.
Fine.
That's great. Everything's on fire, man.
This is fine. This is fine.
Oh, shit.
This is
Yeah.
fine.
I'm out in the backyard looking at all these edible weeds and squashes we have, and I'm wondering if it's going to last us till spring.
Yeah.
It's like, really? So.
But you know what? They're scrambling in the like SNAP program. I'm seeing people around me that receive benefits. They're actually increasing the benefits. The ratio has changed so dramatically and so quickly between the amount of food, that money that you're allotted, and fucking food prices, that they've had no choice but to step up and start adjusting some of the amounts that they're giving people. It's still shameful. My mother-in-law lives on $900 cash a month, and then they upped her food stamps from 150 to like 187 or something. I mean, it's always just some stupid little amount. And that is going to adjust and accommodate for how quickly prices have rose on you. Not even.
No, not even. AREM, Super
AREM.
Ray, popcorn,
Super Ray.
peanuts, popcorn, peanuts. Thank you, AREM.
I like popcorn. I like the peanuts in my popcorn.
Yeah, I do too.
I
Get
said
stuck
peanuts.
In my teeth. My dentist likes popcorn kernels. That's
Really?
his favorite, yeah.
Wouldn't a dentist tell you to stay the hell away from them, you would think?
No, if I quit eating popcorn, I'd probably have half the.
Oh, I can't eat popcorn. I love it, but it just tears my guts up, man. No way. Those skins are too tough for my stomach to digest. I can't.
I'm sorry.
I know. I miss it, especially when I walk into a store or restaurant that has fresh popcorn. Always like,
God.
oh, I want
You're going to
some.
have to ask what I made for dinner tonight later.
Oh, you're going to have to ask what I made for dinner tonight later.
Dinner wars.
Dinner wars. Well, we should start dinner wars.
Yeah,
definitely.
why not?
Because I killed it tonight. I freaking slayed it.
I did too. I did absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Sister Suzanne while I was making it, and she said, "Send me that recipe." Sounds good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we'll get to it at the end of the deck. Okay, so this is your big section. This is your UFO section. You were working on this day. I haven't peeked, so I haven't watched any of this. You guys are going to get my reaction right as they happen. And hey, Chad Wilson, long time no see. Welcome.
Hey, Chad, what's up, man? Honestly, this section, it's not that big, but I just wanted to make a couple of short points on it. And Saturday night, we're gonna have a little audio video saying saluting UFOs and things like that. So stay tuned. Cool. Saturday night, Beauty and the Boomer. Okay.
Okie dokie. Okay, well, let's check it out.
I'll try and keep up. U.S. Navy accused of refusing to release USO footage. UFO hunter claimed the U.S. Navy's refused to release unseen footage, unidentified flying objects, as it could harm national security. There's a hint. John Greenwald Jr., who has spent more than 2 decades uncovering government secrets, exposed a letter he received from the U.S. Navy spokesperson that denied the request to release alleged never-before-seen UFO sightings. Greenwald published a letter on his site titled The Black Vault, which has published over 2 million files of government secrets, including the CIA. According to the UFO hunter, his request was sent a day after the Navy ignored 3 videos of unidentified aerial phenomenon. I can't read that, it's too long.
No, that's okay.
UAP task force has responded back to DNS 36 and have stated that the request video contains sensitive information pertaining to unidentified aerial phenomena. And all right, okay, that was it. Big bang. Anyway, I got.
So explain that. Explain that to me. What was that?
We all have had the UFO thing going on ever since I was a kid. You know, and we were tall tinfoil hats and conspiracy theorists and everything else. But as of late, I would say in the last 6 months, I have noticed more and more and more and more and more UFO news out
Yeah.
there. And I believe this is another fear tactic. And if you'll go to the next slide, people can see what I'm talking about. This is just a slice of, I think, the last 2 weeks. Ukrainian astronomers claim UFO spotted hovering in
I
skies
saw
over
that.
Kiev. UFO sightings in Gosford, 1994 Australian X-Files mystery resurfaces on TikTok. So they're pumping the narrative.
Yeah.
UFO in Texas, mysterious light caught on camera around the clock. These are 2 weeks ago. UFO sighting or drones, strange light captured in Texas
I
sky.
saw that one too.
UFO sighting drones again. UFOs have landed in Congress where legislation addressing them. Seriously, this is my point. UFOs have landed in Congress where legislation addressing them will be considered, and then so on. NASA stuff.
That was
UFO
Fox.
stuff.
That was Fox News, by the way.
It doesn't make any difference. I mean, you and I both have agreed Fox is bringing more pertinent and relevant stories aside from their habitual propaganda. But you can see all the way down here, I've got these stories. And if you search it again, you know, you're going to see UFO. I would say that you're going to see UFO stories every day. Now, the point about taking it to Congress, play the next video, and then I will finish up with my points here.
Okay, because I have a lot I want to add to this. I was actually working on a story this morning that didn't work that adds to this. So we'll get there. Okay, so the next slide.
Brett Baer.
Capitol Hill appear to have new concerns over UFOs, or as they're now called, UAPs. Congressional correspondent Chad Pergram tells us about a proposed office trying to find out if the truth is really out there.
My God. Unidentified flying objects have stumped military pilots for decades, defying physics.
They're all going against the wind.
For the first time, Congress admits that unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, may exist. Lawmakers want to compel the military to explain what we don't understand.
There are unexplained events out there, and if you can't explain it, then, you know, as a good intelligence person, you should analyze it, you know, as to what's there and then what's not there.
Buried in the Senate Intelligence Authorization Bill is a provision which says unexplained, quote, threats to the United States national security are expanding exponentially. Translated, lawmakers think UAPs pose a danger. The bill establishes an office to decide what's made by humans and what could come from elsewhere.
When we spot something we don't understand or can't identify in our airspace, it's the job
Oh
of
my
those
God,
responsible.
shut up. I don't want to hear his voice.
Adam Smith.
Congress held the first hearing on UAPs in more than half a century this past spring.
Half a century.
More questions than answers.
Congress is responding to classified data because the unclassified data that we had all seen includes fuzzy images that are not very convincing. And I wouldn't expect such a bill to be authorized unless there was much more convincing evidence.
There's concern the military may be hiding something.
I've always felt that it was the military attempting to some extent, disguise advanced programs that they were working on. But there are some things that do need to be explained.
The military has never acknowledged it could be U.S. technology. Lawmakers also worry that if the technology isn't from the U.S., it could be the Russians or Chinese.
The Russians.
That could pose even a bigger threat. Brett?
Chad Pergram on the Hill. Chad, thanks.
You know where I'm going with this.
So go there. Yes, I do.
First of all, Ronnie Graham, I don't think I've seen two more beautiful human beings with softer, gossamer, and smoother skin tkin Chanda and Oz. But they could be aliens, of course. Yes, Chanda and I share a hive mind.
Rip that skin suit off, yes.
We are the Borg.
We do share a mind.
We are the Borg. See what they're doing here with this UFO story? Not only have they gutted our resources with all this money they're giving away to Ukraine and the military-industrial complex, now they brought in the biggest boogeyman of all time, as far as I'm concerned. Aliens, the Borg, the what other, the Klingons, the Ferengi. I mean, they're bringing this in and they're scaring people to death with this. This is just the beginning.
Protect me.
And now And now, see, they tried to do that shit with Space Force, which ended up being kind of
Space
a comedy
Force was
thing.
a fucking joke.
Yeah, it was a comedy
but
thing.
Space Force is still growing, and believe me, it's
they're
still
gonna
going
use it.
on. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
going to use it. Yeah, you know, and then there's going to be all the scuttlebutt about energy weapons and all this other crap.
Yep.
But
that are
remember
already
this,
up there. We already know they're up there. That's what Elon has become
Yeah.
a billionaire doing, is
Yes.
creating their war toys that are putting
Money.
a net literally around the globe.
Money.
Yeah,
I
that's why he
mean,
got so rich.
the potential for money is endless here. But just wait till they start trading in something besides petrodollars. Then that's going to really create a problem. But they're trying to find another angle to not only shore up the money, which I said back in the 90s. I had a conversation with this brilliant guy, and I asked him, I think that our money, our finance, our monetary system is based on the weapons we have. And he said, you're absolutely right. This guy was brilliant. And he agreed with me. And I thought that was a nice pat on my head because I'm not nearly that bright. But our money, if you think about it, has been based on our military ever since Nixon took us off the gold standard. Because what have we been doing? We've been militarizing,
Yeah.
and look at us today. They're getting a huge swath of everything, and the public's getting virtually crumbs.
Nothing.
Nothings.
Yeah,
So
nothing.
you've got Russia, you've got China, you've got UFOs
Aliens.
now, and lions and tigers and bears. I mean, that's what it's going to be. That's what the big scare is, and they're going to be scaring particularly older, more naive, my age bracket, some of them, and those who are so caught up in the Hollywood propaganda that they're going to buy this bullshit. Just like, and this is where I juxtapose my thought. Everybody was so damn conditioned to revere and honor the queen of the colonial state. They're going to do the same thing because of their conditioning from UFOs and everything else over their years. And they're going to gladly bend the knee, go to the funeral, and preach the gospel of the military industrial complex against the little green man from Stargate. So there you go. That's it. That's my point. And if you don't see this coming a mile away, I'm really surprised because our chat's really smart. So
yeah, it actually kind of bums me out because, UFOs, even I remember when I was a kid, like one of the first books I checked out, when you're allowed to go to the library, was a book on UFOs and ghosts. I've always been into researching and studying, right? I've looked at every major case, Bob Lazar, I've done the gamut just like most of you have, I'm sure. And can I tell you that now I'm so turned off by the propaganda and message that's being pushed by some people, I don't know, like Tom DeLonge. They go on Joe Rogan and I'm the reason y'all know about UFOs. Shut the fuck up. You're being used as a patsy for the military industrial complex so they can go get more money to build a bigger space force, to put weapons, in the sky to protect us. And that's what it comes down to. So I don't care about it anymore. I just tune it out, like UFO. Oh yeah, whatever. I've seen real UFOs. I'm not even kidding. I saw some in Chicago. I've seen them in Eastern Washington. I've always looked to the sky since I was a kid. Absolutely. Do I think they exist? Yes. Do I think that they're aliens from some other planet? No. I think that they're interdimensional beings, and we're too numbskulled and too unevolved of a species to even wrap our fucking minds around what this really is, this construct that we're stuck in, this bad copy of a simulation that we can't even fathom that there's, infinity of other universes out there. And so I just don't even think about it anymore. I just like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. NBC's reporting UFOs. Is it a drone from the military? Because I'm more inclined to believe that shit than anything else that they would report on.
Yeah, I think they're out there too. But I think maybe these UFOs, which they're calling unidentified aerial phenomenon. What was wrong with UFO? Why did they have to change the acronym? Because they are doing it
wasn't politically
stealthy, nuanced attack to slide that in so they can drain more money away from the general public for healthcare, for climate for all this other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what these crazies are thinking of. We're burning the planet down. We've got earthquakes coming out our butts and volcanoes and everything else. So is it just fear porn, day in, day out, fear porn? No, it's money. It's financial,
Well,
and
yeah.
they don't
But
want
fear's
to take care of
effective
this.
tool.
It is. It's worked forever. And one of these days, more of us are going to wake up and say, I don't give a fuck anymore. I want the aliens to come and get me off this burning rock.
Yeah,
So
a lot of people
that's-
are. A lot of people
I
are.
mean, that's
Okay.
where we're at.
So do you want me to play this next one or not? We can play it. We got time.
No, it's okay. We'll do it Saturday night.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I already quelched it. So
Do you see these were called starmen and women? So I had to reface this on them. They're pretty cool, aren't they?
Jesus, they look sexy. I'm getting turned on.
Look at the hair I gave you. Oh my gosh, yeah. It
This
almost
is
reminds me of Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that's some of the best hair I've ever had, next to the one that Linda made for my card. I love the gray up there. I'm good on the gray. Now, if I was just that buff,
right?
I was never that buff, but I was okay, but nothing like that. I mean, it almost looks alien. Oh, never mind.
They are. They're supposed to be aliens. That's why I added it. So lab-grown black holes behave just like Stephen Hawking said it would. What's that? Spaghettify your ass? I mean, what are we doing playing around with lab-grown black holes? Do you understand what a black hole does? Like, come on.
That's just, it's almost bad as playing around with bio culture.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever. Go ahead.
That's where we're at. So have you heard, Oz? Have you heard?
Oh,
the pandemic's over.
Oh, the veterinarian? Is this Ted Ross?
Yeah.
Oh shit. No,
we're
it's not
close,
over.
but not quite there yet. So let's listen to Teddy.
Congratulations. Well done. Big pat on the back to you. You made it. You made it through. You know, the winter of severe illness and death that Biden said. You did it.
For unvaccinated, we are looking at a winter of severe illness and death.
Somebody needs to show him how to put on a mask.
Chief says that the end is in sight. Not completely there yet. He even uses the metaphor of running a race. This is a self-help favorite, this one as well. You know, when you're running that race and you see the end line, why would you stop running? You crazy fool. That's the most important bit in it, and that's about where we are, according to Ted Ross.
Last week, the number of weekly reported deaths from COVID-19 was the lowest since March 2020. We have never been in a better position to end the pandemic. We're not there yet.
Not there yet.
The end is in sight.
Yeah, the end is nigh.
A marathon runner does not stop when the finish line comes into view. She runs harder with all the energy she has left. So must we. We can see the finish line. We are in a winning position.
Oh, yeah.
But now is the worst time to stop running. Now is the time to run harder and make sure we cross the line and reap the rewards of all our hard work.
So there you have it. End in sight. Not there yet. The fear remains. Yeah. Still many countries acting in particular ways. And
so there you go. It's not over yet. We got to run harder. I just want to say it's kind of hard to run when you have myocarditis, but just keep running.
Yeah, keep running.
Just like keep swimming.
I don't know
what do we got next?
Anymore.
Oh, this next one just grossed me out, and I want your take on it. So I'm going to pull us both up for it. Brett Favre's welfare fraud scandal. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I think so.
These welfare funds in Brett Favre.
State officials say it's the largest case of public fraud in Mississippi's history. Some $77 million in welfare money spent on things that have nothing to do with needy families. And tonight, there are text messages from one of the state's most famous sons that allegedly have him caught up deep in the scandal. NFL Hall of Famer Brett Favre is facing questions tonight of whether he knowingly took $5 million of state welfare money to build a new volleyball facility for his daughter's team 5 years ago at her.
Well, hold on. So just so everybody understands where I'm coming from, Mississippi is one of the poorest states. Is the poorest state in the union, and they send welfare money to take care of those poor people down there. And why is welfare money being used to build volleyball stadiums? Like, who in the government thought, like, hey, we can use the money for hungry families to build a volleyball stadium at Brett Favre's daughter's school? Like, how do you get that approved? I don't know. It just, like, did anybody just say, like, this is a bad idea? It's interesting because it shows you that wherever you can raid or any type of funds that are available that people can exploit, they'll exploit it. Because these people in Mississippi don't really have, from obviously if they're one of the poorest states in the country, they don't have, all these big time things that they can do. So they can only raid, it seems like, the federal government's money that they're saying, here, here's millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars so you could take care of your citizens. The politicians steal that. Crazy. But that shows you wherever corruption can happen, that's where it's going to happen.
Her university and his alma mater. It's all laid out in court documents obtained by our affiliate WAPT in Jackson and text messages provided by an attorney representing former nonprofit director Nancy New, who has already pleaded guilty to fraud in the $77 million scheme. Favre asks if...
So hold on. We already got somebody who pled guilty to the scheme. And she's text messaging with Favre. So they're going to bring up these text messages. Let's see what they say. This sounds like damning stuff.
You were to pay me. Is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much?
Oops. Text message. Oops. From Brett Favre to this convicted criminal about stealing this money is damaging. If you're asking, I don't want the media to find out where this money. I don't want the media to find out where this money was coming from. That's damning. Brett Favre seems guilty as a mother.
Okay, so that's Nate the lawyer, so everybody knows. But yeah, Oz, give me your impression, and then I'll give you mine on this.
My impression is that Lori Loughlin's cell is open, and and then they can shuttle him over to what's her husband's name, Primo or something?
Something like that. Massimo. Yeah.
Massimo. So then he can do a stint over there, but he's going to go down for this unless he buys somebody off. Yeah.
Oh, come on! It's one big club, man.
He's not Donald Trump. I believe that.
I don't know. He's a golden boy. People are going to come out to protect him. But here's my question. Who thought that his daughter, it was a private school. You cannot tell me Brett Favre's daughter wasn't going to a private school.
No, you can't.
I mean, right there is huge bells and whistles. I could see if she was part of a public school and they, helped, get access to that money, but it's totally different when it's a fucking private school. This is just the way they are. And that's why, you and I have been into football. We played fantasy together. And this year, I just can't. I cannot.
I can't either.
I saw it for the corrupt entity that it was, but I still tried to console myself by saying that nostalgia, and this is what I grew up with, and this is what I know, and that's what fall is football season, and winter, you have all these traditions that I've done with family for 40 freaking years revolving around the NFL, and I can't do it anymore. I just cannot support the corrupt entities. And that means I don't click on anything. I'm not logging into fantasy football. I'm absolutely will not give any time, money, or attention to the NFL anymore.
Well, that's one more aspect that we're trying to not do.
Right.
Honestly, I think Favre is going to play this off like, well, this was a charitable thing that I did for the school, and all the best intentions, and I still think he's going to get nailed for this because the Richies don't like it when it's that blatant in your face.
Well, it might be so blatant that they have to do something about it.
Correct.
Like Laughlin. That's the only reason they went down is because it was so freaking blatant.
Yeah, because
so
she was Hallmark's #1.
Oh, yeah, she was the golden girl. Heck yeah.
She
and
was
Becky.
the golden girl. Aunt Becky. Yeah, she was Hallmark, and she had to go down because they were sloppy.
Yeah, they were.
This should have gone with the alien segment. I caught this today. Uncle Warren And he goes, Alf 2.0, and he's laughing, Ward the Entertainment on TikTok. I'm here for your cat. And that was the thing about Alf back in the day, is Alf had this hunger for kitties. But moreover, what Uncle Warren said here is something that has been echoed over and over again for, what would you say, 20 years now? And it's just, it's just getting louder and louder. It's crescendoing till something's going to snap. There are no survivors in politics, or saviors, excuse me, saviors
No
in
saviors,
politics. No one is going to rise from the masses and save you. If you are all in on voting, believing that it is an agent for change, keep dreaming. Politicians lie. All of them lie.
Yep.
We need direct action, mutual aid. We need a real, and I'm going to say, he says revolution. I say general strike, and I will say general international strike, coordinated with everybody around the world, because we're all getting burned up, flooded, and fucked on the regular. So that's where I'm at. And before I finish here with the last segment, people who have money, because I know a few people that have inherited, or they've got some money.
Right.
Not all of them are dicks. A lot of them do spread it around, but they're you don't see them in public like you see these Richies pulling this shit. Usually the ones that I've run into are kind of like anonymous, or they like to keep it down. And,
me too.
and that's a classy thing to do, and I appreciate that about the wealthy people who have come into wealth, and a lot of them have been lucky to do so.
Yeah. No, I've had quite a few donors like that have been like that in the movement over the last, 6-7 years. And we appreciate them so much, because they're what keeps us going, because it's all small donor donations. We've always been small from day one of Bernie to, independent media now, but we're getting there. But we're good on that one, right? Okay, here we go.
We're absolutely good on that one.
I brought this, and I brought it because you and I need to talk about it. You called me up, I don't know, a year ago and said, it's not Trump that I'm fucking worried about, it's DeSantis. And God, he's sure been stirring the pot lately. So now the Dems are coming after him. So let's hear about it.
Okay.
Coverage turns now to our DC Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy live in Washington with how the White House is reacting today. Ben.
Calvin, the White House called this move a political stunt, accusing Governor DeSantis of using migrants as pawns ahead of the midterms.
We have received word of the flights.
Flights now a part of a criminal investigation after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis sent migrants to Martha's Vineyard.
It's a political stunt that is being done by Governor DeSantis.
As the White House and immigrant right groups have linked the actions to human trafficking and treating migrants like cargo to score political points.
They are fleeing political persecution only to be used as a political pawn by the Florida governor. And that is something that the people in Florida should be asking the governor, why is he doing this?
It's an issue facing voters with less than 50 days until the midterms, as the nation sees a surge of border encounters.
What's on my watch now is Venezuela, Cuba, and Nicaragua.
There you go.
And the ability to send them back to those states is not rational.
And the White House is now tracking potential migrant flights to Delaware, President Biden's home state. They are working with state and local leaders to make sure they are ready if any do arrive.
Okay, so here's the thing. They lawyered up the ones that went to Martha's Vineyard. So, they moved them out to Cape Cod military base or something. They moved them onto a military base. And now they have a lawyer. So those migrants are going to sue DeSantis for sending them to Martha's Vineyard on behalf of the Democrats. But, this is how the Democrats act when it actually happens to them. So we have to talk about Lori Lightfoot again. Here we go. This is her response. Ow!
We're ready. We are the village, and we are going to make sure that whoever comes to Chicago, that we're going to take care of them, that they are going to find shelter here, and that they are going to be welcome. And we will do whatever it takes to make sure that their rights are respected. The federal government has to step up. I know that they are under enormous pressures. This is not a new challenge at the border, but this is a new challenge for us, and we need federal support, resources, communication, and collaboration, and that has to come in short order.
I need help. Speaking in English.
The hypocrisy. I mean, that's you and I have called out the hypocrisy of the Democrats now for years. They speak out both sides of their mouth. They all do it. I don't care if it's the squad. They are all one and the same, and they work for the same bosses. And yeah, they're just hoping to survive till midterms, and then they'll sweep this back under the rug like they have for the last 30 fucking years.
They won't have to, because they're going to get slaughtered in the midterms.
Not according to them.
They are going to lose like they've never lost before.
It's going to be a blue wave.
And as Uncle Warren puts it, that dust bunny that Joe Biden, did he say dust bunny?
Yeah, dust bunny. Dust bunny come to life.
Yeah, dust bunny. If they try and run that thing in 24, they're really going to get slaughtered. I mean, wow.
Oh no, but there's so many good ones. They don't need her.
Snorky, how you feeling,
Snork.
bud?
How you feeling,
What's
Snork?
up, man?
President Jesus.
It was 97 in my town in northeast Iowa when I got home today. I walked into the house and my daughter set up the air conditioner at 89 degrees to save energy. Man, I would have filled up a tub full of cool water and laid in that. That's just horrible.
It's been hot. It was hot here in the Pacific. Normally we're cold, rainy, and in the 60s by this time, and we were nice and warm. 75 today.
Yeah, we were 80 down here. I got outside and worked on the chicken house a little bit today. So
good. I'm glad you're getting outside, getting some fresh air. I can tell it's putting a little color in your cheeks.
Yeah, I need some color back because I've been like zombified for the last month. So anyway, I brought this one.
Good now.
I brought this one. This was, I think, Jimmy, everybody's covered this. U.S. lawmakers say student loan forgiveness will hurt military recruitment. Are you surprised?
No, that's the whole fucking reason that we have the fucked up, tuition system we have.
This is not new, but it needs to be said every time you can, and I'm glad Caitlin Johnstone did. They were saying this back in the early 2000s. They were saying it in the 90s. They were
in the
saying
90s
it in the
when
80s.
I was going to school.
Yeah, they do not. They have outsourced jobs. They have outsourced manufacturing. So it has left our younger individuals no choice but to join up to the military. And if they were to get a so-called free education, that would cut their enlistment numbers way down, because most people that I talk to wouldn't let their kids enlist in the military these days because of all this bullshit.
Oh God, yeah, right. No, they're telling him to go get food stamps. If you're in the military, go fill out a food stamp application. We're not helping you.
If you're against mandates, you better not join the military.
Oh God, yeah, and anything else for that matter.
Anything else.
So good. So sometimes I wonder if the rhythm is ever going to get me. I do like that.
I love the stripes. It looks good.
Yeah, I look kind of criminal there.
Yeah, you do.
So Canadians turn to euthanasia as a solution to unbearable poverty. There is some evidence that poor people who cannot improve their living conditions have been applying to the Medical Assistance in Dying program. I'm assuming this is a program that Canada has for people that are terminal, and people who are terminally poor are now choosing to use it.
I got jumped on. There was a story I put up on a couple of posts on social media about how that they were paying. The point was that they would save money if people were euthanized, and that was the article read as a positive thing.
Yeah.
And it's all about money. Once again, it's not about the sanctity of life or saving lives or pro-life or anything else. It's about money. It's about money every single time. And I got jumped on. They said, well, we've been wanting to have choice forever. Guess what? You do have choice in this regard. It's just how you go about getting it. So, I was kind of
Right.
like on Kevorkian's side.
Yeah,
For
I'd support what Kevorkian. If you've ever worked in hospice healthcare, any kind
Yeah.
of terminal healthcare, absolutely. I think it should be a person's right to choose.
And honestly, hospice helps you accomplish that goal. That's what
They do.
hospice is
They
for.
do. And
They
so,
just don't
yeah,
say it. They don't
just don't
say it.
say it. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
that's it right there.
That's
Anyway.
the sign of the times that we're living in. So I couldn't bring that without bringing Trudeau, because he had a very special message for the Queen's send off. He even practiced the song and everything. So let's hear him practicing his song.
Oh my God in heaven. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm dying here. Chanda. Yeah, no kidding. Simon.
What the is going through your head? What did you think was going to happen? Are you just a fucking idiot?
Well, I guess we should be thankful he didn't show up in blackface, right?
Oh my God, that guy, he's one of the worst. Him and Macron should
Yeah, I know.
They should hold hands and go off into the sunset.
I think they do. I think they secretly probably do. How freaking disgusting. I mean, that guy is such an egomaniac, but I brought even worse because I brought Meghan Markle. She's busy too because of the Queen. I hope that's the next one. No, we got Kimmy next, but we'll get there because these egomaniacs out there on the world stage right now for the send off for the Queen are just mind blowing with their stupidity, their hypocrisy, they just have no sense of anything around them. They're just oblivious. It's insane.
Yeah, before you play Kimmy, I just want.
Parse it.
I just brought this to play the first minute and a half because I got the impression that she was shocked at this. Chanda, we have been, Amber, you, me, Linda, we've all been saying this, for the last forever.
Yeah.
So, Kim, are you new to this, sister, or is she just trying to make a point? But anyway, go ahead and play it.
Okay, we'll play it.
Yeah, World Economic
There's something
Forum.
with you that is a what in the actual moment. Came across this tweet last week, and I thought for sure this was photoshopped. This is posted by James Melville. You can see here the tweet, World Economic Forum, welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. Now, I have reported on the World Economic Forum and the whole phrase, you will own nothing and you will be happy. But this has this added, have no privacy, that I thought, what? There's no way
that's it.
that they're actually promoting this. There's no way this is true. And the reason why I thought it was maybe photoshopped is because when you click on this image here, it doesn't take you to the World Economic Forum's Twitter account. Instead, it's just a screenshot. So I thought for sure this is photoshopped. I mean, come on. This is getting absurd. It's already absurd to say you will own nothing and you will be happy, but to add you will have no privacy and life has never been better. I mean, this is just getting absurd. So did a little research. Now, this is old. I get it. This is older. This was posted a while ago. If you look at even this screenshot here, it's from 12/12/2016. But this was so shocking to me. And the article that this links to is so shocking. I just have to share it with you. Like I said, it is a what in the actual moment.
Kimmy, Kim, where you been?
Yeah, where you been, Kim? I mean,
and old news.
This is why we try not to use things like Slack and Google and all this other shit. You have had no privacy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for at least 20 years. Would you say?
I'd say it got really bad after 2010. And smartphones got put in everybody's hand that had Wi-Fi capability.
That finished it. Yeah, the
that's
smartphones.
when they tracked everything you were doing, everywhere you were going, everything you were buying. I mean, they know everything about you the minute you signed into that smartphone. So
yeah, and Jill, yeah, it is a great segment. If you're inclined, go watch it because she talks about. It's almost like I likened it to living in just an empty room where you just push a button and you can order. She talks about this. They don't have They don't have cookware. They just push a button for like a waffle iron, and they push a button for the ingredients for that waffle if you want to make it. And then when you're done, you send it back to the library cookware place or the library ingredients place. And it is it's
You'll rate
eye-opening, but
everything.
it's not surprising. None of this is surprising, but privacy, Kim, I think she wants it's more in depth and it's more nuanced. So I'm not beating up on Sister Kim because she's right. She's just looking at some of the broader ramifications of what the actual F moments this is. But it's true, and it's been escalating since the invention of the smartphone. And remember, Chanda, if you don't have a magnet to put over your camera lens, they can watch Jeffrey Toobin doing his thing 24/7. Or
I keep a
or
magnet.
anybody
I
else.
have mine. My magnet goes over it.
That's why I got that for you.
But honestly,
So-
I've made a conscious decision because of what we're doing to do the best I can to not give them information. I'm not on Instagram. I mean, I'm on very few. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I try not to give them much information, but I've just accepted it. I've accepted that I have no privacy anymore, and that we all will if we want to play in their world, in their realm. And that's why we have to have a secondary society that's building alongside, which will happen. We will have black markets and a whole underground of things that, average, normal, regular people will want versus the tech people and living in the smart cities on the smartphones with the smart cards, the internet of everything. We warned you about the internet of everything as they were rolling out 5G, even if you didn't think 5G was dangerous with, the fact that it hadn't been tested a lot, it still was dangerous because it was coming for your privacy. It was literally linking everything in your house online. Control, exactly. Your fridge, your toaster, your toilet. I mean, they'll know when you took a shit.
And if any of you, or if any of your friends, I'm going to say your friends, think that the pandemic didn't figure into this big plan with the lockdowns and its immunity clauses and the surveillance state and all this stuff, not a tinfoil hat guy. I'm looking at what we're all seeing, and I'm forming my opinion from the data that I'm picking up everywhere. And we know Twitter's a swamp. We know all these things but it's not a whole swamp. If you talk to the right people, like this morning, Pasta had and Steve had terrific guests on Slow News Day with Vanessa Beeley and Eva Bartlett. And
that was so good.
You were in tears part of the time.
I was in tears for part of it.
But that's the kind of information that is in these swamps, like the Twitter and everything else. But we have to start talking to each other. We can't hide under the bed and order from Amazon and do everything. Thus, again, general strikes, international strikes, getting in the streets and peacefully going about change, because I don't think our system of electing people is going to make it happen.
No, I got to agree with you. So it's time for Sabby Says. Sabby Says, you cut this one. I'm excited for it. I caught a little bit of Sabby tonight. No, this was tonight, right?
Yeah, this was today. This was a tough cut. And I didn't update her subs over there, but I think she's I think she's up to almost 21,000. So if you get a chance and you haven't subbed to Sabby, she's salient, she's thoughtful, she's kind, and she's easy to listen to. But this is a cut where she's kind of going after the horse lover or the horse whisperer. The horse
whisperer.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
You have to do it step by step, and I want to get to the Norwegian model, not to abolition, right?
Again, of course, he doesn't want to get towards abolition. Again, a reformist, not someone who's willing to go all the way, just someone who's willing to take, let me just step right in the middle and just stop right there. So he's letting you know that's not his avenue. It is what it is. It's not a surprise to me. Like I said, some of his comments about policing, defunding the police, and abolition has been quite suspect and cringe lately, especially since TYT supported it when it was popular 2 years ago. And they changed their position on that as well. So Jink is showing you exactly who he is and what he's about. And I really don't appreciate someone like Jink, who is not an activist, who is not involved in any type of police reform or abolition movement, telling people how it should be done and the way it should be done. Let me tell you something very clearly here, because that seems to be a trend with people who are not activists. They like to sit back and watch what the activists do, and then they like to jump in and tell them how they should be doing it and how it should work. They never get their hands dirty with the activists or the organizers on the ground. Those people are just there to stop progress. Anytime you get a leg up, you get a little bit of leeway, here they come with their mouths, with their tweets, anything that they can do to try to stop that from happening. Because at the end of the day, the thing is this: Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian are the type of people that want police to protect their neighborhoods. They want police to protect their homes, and they want the police to protect their wealth. They want the police there to protect capital, to protect people like them. Police do not protect poor people. They rarely protect working class people. They're not protecting Black and brown people in these neighborhoods. But since that doesn't apply to Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparian, they really don't care about that. They're not going to come out and say those words because obviously, like I told you, they've already gotten a lot of heat about some of the comments that they've made recently. So they don't want to come out and say those kind of words. But really, at the end of the day, they're really kind of telling you, fuck your community, fuck your situation. I want to be protected from people who are like you. But they won't say that because they know how bad that will sound.
Yep. Amen.
Savvy
Yes.
said the F
Hell yeah.
word. She said the F word.
She said it appropriately too.
She rarely curses, but man, when she gets hot, she lets it fly. And
She's
I
right.
really appreciate
She's
it.
absolutely
step by step.
She nails it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So people are saying Cenk can eat a bag of dingoes.
Not our dingo.
Not our dingo. Don't eat our dingo. We love our dingo. Yes, Sabby is right, Jilly. Hey, Yona.
Yona.
Here's my favorite. This has got to be one of my favorite mutuals.
Yeah, this is good job, Linda. Great job.
Great.
So, United Palestinian Appeal. You can see where the connections are. The Twitter address. Make sure you guys are following.
Yeah, help them out, man. This is horrible. And other than Julian Assange, these two things are just
Well, did you see what's popping off in Iran all day in the last 24 hours?
Oh, what now?
The women of Iran have had a fuck enough, and they've taken to the streets and they're burning their head wraps, and it's huge. It's a massive movement, but it works.
No. What happens when Chanda goes down?
Let's go down.
Yeah, I think. Hold on. You're there, and you're here. You're here. You're there. You're everywhere. I'm just going to sit here because I'm not engineering. Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm still here. What do I do? Do I flash my? Never mind. I don't do that. Warren, can you do that? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Go start. I'm going to shout out people in the chat. Ha ha Oz. Yes, Jilly. I'm a ha ha guy. Thanks for all the stuff you've been sending too, Jilly. I appreciate it. Gamer. Leonard Trust Fund over on the Finn. Milburn Stone. Jim over on the Stone. One Love. Does Cenk identify as a person of color or Caucasian? I think he identifies as a piece of shit. That's what. Are you there, Chanda? Are you back? Beauty?
Am I back?
You're back. You're back.
Okay, I'm back.
I've been calling out the chats.
Good job.
Yeah.
My damn internet. But I'm glad that the show continues if it drops me, because that's the first time I've been engineering and got dropped. So
well, you came back quickly. I was gonna flash everybody, but they said no.
I wasn't really gone. I was here, but it acted, so I just left and came back to get back in the room. So
okay, that's the way you got to
at least now I know when I crash and burn, you guys can keep going on without me, because when one person falls, the other one picks up the flag and keeps on running.
Yeah. Hey, I like this little Beauty and the Boomer backdrop you have here.
Thank you.
You did that in Canva, right?
I did make that. I just made it real quick so we'd have a backdrop. And I'm
cool.
trying. I'm
I
trying.
like it. You're doing such an excellent job. Man, you guys are going to send me out to pasture.
Oh, shoot. Wow. I don't have my slide deck. I got to add the deck again.
Wow. Oh, go ahead and add the deck. We're doing fine. And we're good on time.
There we go. We're good.
There we go. Back. There's the deck. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Oh, did I crash again?
I don't know.
Okay,
no,
there we go.
I brought this one. I I see the irony here. I said, "Be quiet. Don't make me come in there."
Don't make me come in there.
Don't make me come in there. I thought that was cute. So anyway, I do have I have a soft side.
Okay, so you caught this story. I had a bunch of stories that I was looking for. Al Gore is the first carbon billionaire, was one of them. People think that King Charles is using a fake hand to shake hands with people in the crowd. These are ones I didn't bring to the deck. And then there was this one, and you already had it on the deck, of course, because we share a brain. Beyond Meat stock has hit an all-time low as the company's executive is arrested in a nose-biting incident. Want to elaborate?
I can't take credit for that. I got it. Sister Amber put it into Roar Media over on Cubase.
Oh, okay.
But shares of Beyond Meat hit an all-time low on Tuesday, just days after the arrest of a top executive at the fake meat maker after months of broader difficulties surrounding inflation and competition. Beyond Meat, and it's BYND, is the stock exchange, 6.04% fell as much as 4.7 in an afternoon, and intraday low of $16.26. Now, I'm not going to get into the minutia of this. The guy bit somebody's nose off or something.
Outside of a football stadium, right?
Yeah.
In like Arkansas or something.
Did he bite it off or did
he bit it off? And the guy obviously needs some more meat in his diet, so he's not trying to eat humans is the only thing I came away with.
Maybe it was an artificial human that he was sampling or something. But
crazy story.
No, people are losing their shit. And, besides the murder and heinous things that are going on, the hate and discontent, everybody's stressed. Everybody's freaking out. And
snap. I feel it when you go out and you're dealing with the public. Everybody just has this "fuck you, it's me" attitude towards everybody they come into contact with.
Yeah, I don't want to be. If I get like that, just slap the shit.
I have to talk myself down and out of it every time I go, especially if I have to go to Walmart for something. The only store in town is like, okay, be kind, just be just be benevolent to everybody around. Be indifferent either way.
Like, you know what I do at Walmart?
What?
I get on my phone and I'm going, Chanda, I want to kill myself.
I know you and I text each other like
I text you when I'm at Walmart saying this is why I think we're gonna die soon.
Yeah, me too.
I hate Walmart,
Yeah.
and it's just I feel like the biggest hypocrite on the face of the planet. And I'm surprised I didn't burst into flames when I walked through the front doors.
Well, see, and that's this poor mentality that they're shoving into all of us, right? Be miserable. You can only afford these few things, and you only get what we say you get, what's here in the store. And everybody just has that beaten down feel about them in Walmart. You go to like a Whole Foods, you don't get that feeling. You go to a Safeway,
it's supposed to be like Disneyland at Whole Foods, but
like
JB Font's post earlier, we do feel beaten down. And when we go to places like Walmart, we look around and now they're making us torture ourselves by making us check out our own shit.
And then shaking you down at the front door like
and
you stole it.
Down at the front door.
Yeah,
except they're not going to do that to Shanda in your area
they
because
don't.
They don't even look at you, do they?
No, they don't. And here's the thing. Most people want to do what they're supposed to do and follow the rules. And, I see, because I live in a retirement community, I see the older boomers. They'll just line up. I mean, like there'll be 10 of them standing in line with their receipts and everybody else is just walking past them to go out the door. That realizes I don't have to stop and show this guy anything. If they thought I stole something, then they can deal with it, right? And so I just go around them and I don't make eye contact. And the other day I had my receipt kind of hanging out of my hand and I wasn't paying attention as I went by. And the guy grabbed it out of my hand and I go, oh my God, if it makes you feel so fucking special to put a yellow mark on my receipt, I know you're not checking the $300 worth of shits in my cart. Go ahead if that makes your day. I just shamed them. I just shame them now for their stupidity.
Yeah, and they're paid to be stupid.
So, and they are, and I know, and I have to tell myself, they're just following what corporate tells them. But then I'm just like, this is the problem. This is why we're going off the cliff. It's because everybody just does what corporate tells them.
They've got a job and it's working no better than Bezos or the rest of them. They're just trying to pay their rent and buy food. But this is why general strike, international strike, we need to do it. So,
but they're still impeding on my rights and it just pisses me off. So I try to
Keep
be as
fighting.
kind as I can, but
keep fighting.
I will. I'll keep fighting the good Walmart door fight. Anyways, so land owned by Bill Gates by state. I just thought we'd take a look real fast. I know we talk about this all the time, but it seems to be growing. Look at all those pretty greens.
Possession's 9/10 of the law, and I'd like to see them keep it. So
They own everything anyways. I mean, Oz, do you truly own your property? Stop paying your property taxes and you'll find out you don't truly own your property.
Yeah, I own it on paper, but if I step out of line or do something, they're going to take it, or they're going to figure out a way to take it. They're going to plant something on my computer, or they're going to pull up some record.
They control your entire life.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the stripy hole. They could take whatever they want, and the answer is not stuffing your money under your bed, because that's not going to work either. That's not going to work either. So just enjoy what you got, do the best you can. General strike, mutual aid, international unity, and strike across the planet. That's all I can say. We're fucked.
Right. And sadly, I don't think that will ever happen. I mean, by the time it should be happening now by everything that's happening in the world. If you watch the videos coming out of the Donbass yesterday, it should be happening constantly. It should be anti-war movements. It should be fossil fuels. I mean, there's so many things that we should have gotten in the streets for. And we won't. It's too late now. And mutual aid is the only thing we can really preach. Of course, that will get out there, but there's a fine line between peaceful protest and, January 6th and being used and cattled as an example, right? Because that's what happens. They kettle you, and next thing you know, you're being arrested. And so I just now think that mutual aid, helping each other out, building these parallel communities is the only way that we're going to survive what's coming. None of us are going to come out of the other side of it the same. And
it'll happen more quickly when the shoes start to drop.
Yes.
But I'll tell you one thing. It's not going to happen in this country first. It's already happening.
It's already happening. Yeah.
In other countries, but not here, because they're stuffing us with McNuggets. They're screwing us with video games. They're propagandizing us with Hollywood. They're taking away our jobs. And like Sabrina says, and we've been saying it, we agree, that the number one reason everybody's so fucked is the poverty.
Yeah,
If
it
we
is.
stop the poverty, then we we need a country co-op, and it isn't cooperating with the Democrats or the Republicans, because they're going to bend you over every time. It's a people's co-op on everything, on jobs, on businesses, on mutual aid. We need to co-opt. We need to cooperate with each other to help each other. And it will gain ground as things get shittier. More fires, more floods, more major storms, more earthquakes. People will finally wake up.
Less food.
When their shit gets taken away or destroyed through government ways or through natural disasters.
Or military. Don't leave out the military that's fucking gung-ho and marching over fucking countries. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they can plug me tomorrow. I mean, I'm nobody, but we together are somebody. We are the voice of the people, and that's what we need to do.
So speaking of voice of the people, I see you cut this one for us.
Yeah, it's short. Look at her. I can't figure out whether she's belching or she's getting ready to laugh.
She looks obviously hammered, but let's watch it.
Okay.
Well, let's watch it again.
Nancy Pelosi visited the genocide memorial, and she was trying to fake cry, but almost burst out into laughter. It looked like she was getting ready to throw up her martini. She got a bad olive or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, I can't even. What the fuck is this? This is day drunk. That's what that is. That's day drunk.
Well,
if I had to guess.
Is that on the way where she goes to Israel and puts her lips on the wall over there or something, or what? It's all performative. Kente cloth, visiting the Pope, all this shit, because they are pandering to those demographics that buy that horse shit. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I brought this one. We haven't had a good George Carlin in a while. A person of good intelligence and sensitivity cannot exist in this society very long without having some anger about the inequality and is not just a bleeding heart, knee-jerk liberal kind of thing. It's just a normal human reaction to a nonsensical set of values where we have cinnamon flavored dental floss and there are people sleeping in the streets.
No shit. No shit.
Absolutely.
Rest in power, George.
Heck yeah.
You want it all.
He had it so right, didn't he? He did.
Yep, absolutely.
He did.
I brought this.
Yeah.
Sometimes compromise means giving up everything and receiving nothing in return. Oh, I don't think so.
I got nothing. Nothing in return.
Nothing. I got nothing.
Oh, God.
I'm going to make so much money, you chumps.
Yeah.
I'm going to have book tours and speaking tours, and I'm going to be the next president of the United States in the year 2031 or 32 or whatever the fuck it's going to be.
She has dresses and shoes worth more than my whole entire home.
Oh, no shit. She's got tax
I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, she's got tax the rich written on her underwear. So
yeah,
there you
right.
go.
Her very expensive underwear, I might add.
Give me a
Oh, I
break.
love this one. This meme is so funny. This meme.
Oh,
Good
my
evening,
God.
sir. I'd like to buy 2 cracks for my son.
Oh my God.
2 cracks. And let's see, Spaghetti Monster. And so this is The Economist. It says the USPS is viewed favorably by 91% of Americans despite billions in losses annually. And Zach tweets back, it's a service. It doesn't lose money. It costs money. No one says the military loses $750 billion a year. And then somebody else, Flippocrite says, framing the USPS, I'm losing my voice, as a poor business rather than a public service is propaganda.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the military loses $750 billion, no, they don't lose it. They put it on pallets and they ship it
Yeah,
around
they don't
the
lose
world.
it. They know
give it
exactly what
away.
oligarchs it went to. Exactly.
Yeah, that's payoff money. So yeah.
Here it is.
Oh God.
I had to bring another great narcissist from the Rat Pack, which is, of course, Trudeau and Macron and the princes. And, you know, they got their own little Rat Pack going on. So let's hear about how tough she has it. And it's about me. And I want to say she said something like me 78 times or something in the course of a 15-minute speech. Well, where'd it go? Get back here.
There she is.
It is very nice to be back in the UK. And it is very nice to be back with all of you at One Young World. You are the ones driving the positive and necessary change needed across the globe now in this very moment. And for that, I'm so grateful to be in your company today. Have any of you today so far had that feeling, that pinch me moment where you just go, how am I here? Oh, it's a lot. And at that dinner, there were about 20 to 30 of us for the counselors. And there I was the girl from Suits.
No.
And I was surrounded by world leaders, humanitarians, prime ministers, and activists that I had such a deep and long-standing respect and admiration for. I wasn't sure that I belonged. I was so nervous.
Oh
I
my
doubted
God.
myself, and I wondered.
Oh my
am I
God.
enough to even be there?
God.
I was
Oh.
doing in the world, albeit important and meaningful as far as I saw it. Was it deserving
Oh my God.
to have a seat at this table?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
thrilled
Ooh.
that my husband is able to join me here this time.
It's
What
awful
a-
easy. It's awful easy to speak those such privileged, beautiful words.
Right.
When
Those
you're
were very.
when it's coming out of such a privileged pie hole. Honestly, you know, I heard stories about her because of, you know, how the royal family didn't like her because of her color, because of her habits and everything else. I felt so bad for her. Just awful.
Well, then you did exactly what they wanted, because this is how they captured the hearts of the Americans alongside with the hearts of the UK, right? Oh, because you pick a
It's all
side.
bullshit.
I'm Team Harry. I'm Team William. Yeah, no, it's just more propaganda, right? And God, she's the worst fucking narcissist. There's so many narcissists out there that we see every freaking day. I mean, we can name Trudeau. Trudeau was just on here, right? I mean, Pelosi. These fucking narcissists just... they sniff their own shit. That's the only thing.
Well, I'm a boomer narcissist, and I haven't stooped to sniffing my own shit. I do
Well,
sniff.
I'm glad.
I sniff a lot of chicken shit, but that's about it. I just brought
Goddamn
this in
chickens.
here. Health experts dismayed by President Biden's view that the pandemic is over. Hell no, not even close. I just brought this. We already covered it, but they didn't have his shock collar on when he opened his mouth the other day. That's all I can say. So.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's all you can say. How are we doing on time? I think we're good. I wrote the crime bill that targeted minorities, and I sent them to prison using the very same law. And then I just love this one flew over the cuckoo's nest face of you.
That's my life right there, and I it's a privileged life. I just can't wait to have my frontal lobe drilled on. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe that'll release some of the pressure in my brain.
Maybe.
So yeah.
Oh, I had to bring this.
Oh, you gotta love
disgusting.
this guy.
You gotta love this guy. So Robert Reich on Prime Day. Remember that Amazon avoided about what is that? 502 billion? I don't know. What is that number? 5
trillion,
5 trillion?
billion. 5 trillion, yeah.
Okay, so they avoided 5 trillion in corporate federal taxes, income taxes in 2021. The real freeloaders in this country are corporations, not the poor. Okay, but yet you have to keep voting for the politicians who let them get away with it. I mean, because that's what comes out of his mouth every election season. He spouts all of this shit about how the poor are treated, and then he crawls up Democrats' ass every goddamn time and tells you to plug your nose and vote for the lesser evil.
He's the economic Goebbels of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, good one.
That's what this guy is. He is so full of shit, and he's like your grandpa with his chalkboard and his little stick of chalk explaining the minutia of math. And he's the biggest piece of shit propagandist up there. You want to hear somebody? Listen to Dr. Wolf, Professor Wolf. That's the one you listen to, not that idiot. That guy, he's just a propagandist. So anyway.
100%. I love Richard Wolf. Yeah, that was a good comparison. I would trade Reich for Wolf any day. And I remember I used to respect Reich, right? Back in,
back when I didn't know better. Yeah.
2012, 2013. Yeah, now I know better.
Shit. Yeah, I remember sharing a couple of his bullshit statements. It was propaganda.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
All right.
Somebody sent me this. Was this SF Thomas? Maybe.
Ron.
Ron. Let's watch.
Okay.
This is a climate damn emergency. This is real.
Oh my God.
Here's the thing. We're flying a fighter jet, and I want to fly it like a fighter jet.
What is that? Is that hair gel? Yeah, I just ran out.
I think his hair gel is interfering with his brain function.
I know, it's crazy.
And I'm not your bra.
Whatever, dude.
You think you're too cool for school.
Oh, no.
Don't you know I'm local? Who you trying to get crazy with, Essay? What say we settle this on the runway?
Ready, hit it.
That was cute. That was cute.
Yeah, that was cute.
They're going to beef on the runway.
Yeah, shit.
They're one and the same. So really, what does it matter?
They're just both scumbags, man. I mean, politicians, when they run their mouth, they start lying every single time. It's not.
The cigarette in my hand kind of triggers me. I did a walk today. I did over 2 miles, and then I climbed a lot of hills. So it equated to like 3 sets of flights of stairs. But I didn't get winded. I was shocked. I was halfway up this hill, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not even breathing hard. And it's because I quit smoking. And it's the first time in years that I've been able to climb a hill and not huff and puff. So that cigarette just kind of made me think, I'm glad I quit smoking. This meme had me cracking up because this is one of my biggest complaints about the fucking History Channel. And it has been for freaking years now. If you've ever watched this show, Blue Balls, plural, noun, chiefly U.S. slang. The pain of watching these two assholes dig for treasure for the last 10 fucking years and find nothing. And find nothing. Is there even any place left to dig a fucking hole on that island?
I don't think so.
You know, the only thing they managed to find is another History Channel contract.
Oh my God. Yeah,
that's the only
I
thing.
felt that way back in the day when what was the Duck Dynasty was going.
Oh
It's like,
God, that and Swamp People. I can't stand
oh
it.
my
They ruined
God.
History Channel. History Channel used to have some educational shit. But Christ, it's propaganda, right? I am now learning because I love history. That's if I'm not doing news, I'm doing history. I am now learning that propaganda and lies and fake news have run parallel in all of human history and trying
All
to
of
sort
human
out
history.
what is real, what is fact, and what is bullshit, and what is just made up to protect a country. Half the shit we know about Egypt is just made up because they're protecting the fucking country. And yeah, you've really got to wear that tinfoil hat going into any kind of history studies now, because the universities have just been pumping out the same propaganda for 100 years, and a lot of it's wrong. A lot of what we were taught is wrong.
Absolutely.
Speaking of history, I saw this story right as we went live. So Mexico is seeking the extradition of El Chapo's godson in connection with a journalist's murder. So the El Chapo story continues.
Apple doesn't fall from the two trees. So there you go.
Right. But, you know, and here's the thing, too, about the cartels, right? If it's not one, it's just another. And if you haven't watched Narcos, I highly recommend it. Yes, it's fiction, but it's based on a lot of reality. And the fact of, you know, you need to watch the Convo Couch, anybody who's reporting on the global South and what we have done down there for 40 years and how it goes hand in hand. I mean, the government, our government, and those cartels are hand in hand in everything that they're doing.
I know that people don't read books anymore. At least most people don't. They read internet or they read stuff online. Do yourself a favor. Just pick up a copy of John Perkins' Confessions of the Economic Hitman, and that'll explain everything about what we've done to other countries over the decades. That's it. And then Listen Liberal by Thomas Frank. If I was going to suggest two books, those would be it.
Yeah.
Those
Thomas Frank, he pissed me off during the pandemic, but you know.
Oh, you know what? I don't he can come back, but I don't think Tom Hartman's coming back.
Oh, Tom Hartman ain't coming back, not at all.
Yeah. Anyway, this is what I made for dinner tonight. What was
It is? I'm like, no way it is.
No, I didn't make that. What would you call this, Chanda?
Oh, I'd call this puke. Gross. It's got an egg in the middle of it.
I don't know what the hell's in a minute.
Why would you put Oreos on it?
It looks like green mayonnaise or something. I don't know, but it makes me kind of sick looking at it. I would say that's probably Beyond sausage or something in there on a mortified hamburger sesame seed bun. So anyway,
well, you know, people eat the craziest shit. So you got to tell. What did you make for dinner tonight?
I made Korean. I don't know the specific name, but they're Korean pancakes, or not pancakes, but it's.
Are they crepes?
No. The actual description.
Oh, are they big fluffy cake ones?
No. That's the one I want to make.
Yeah.
These I just make a batter per the recipe, like pancake batter. Then you take shredded cabbage, and you take. In this case, I used a summer squash, very thin.
Yeah.
And I took some bay shrimp because I'm privileged, and I got it at the closeout store, and I don't think it was spoiled. And
yeah, you hope not, anyways.
I put it in there, and then I made a sriracha mayo sauce to go on top of it. But you take it and you make it where it's almost the consistency. It's not got a lot of batter in it. It's just mostly the vegetables, and you can add other vegetables to it.
Oh, that sounds good.
You pour it down there. You stamp it into your hot frying pan, and you make a pancake out of it. Then when you're done, you take it out, and you don't want to cook it too dark. You want it to be golden brown, right? So you take it out, and then this mayo sriracha sauce, you drip it over the top with a dab.
I love sriracha. So.
Yeah, with a dab of sour cream in the middle of it, and then you sprinkle green onions chopped on top of it. It was the shit, man. I mean,
that sounds good.
It was really good. And Suzanne, of course, is going to try it because I sent you the recipe too.
Oh,
Ceci.
perfect. Good. I will
So-
definitely try it. So you want to know what I made tonight?
Order
I
out?
made no, actually, with as many shows as I did today and everything I
You
did,
should have, yeah.
No, I made a really good meal. I made homemade Sweet Baby Ray's baby back ribs.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they were fall off the bone tender alongside with some Parmesan angel hair pasta and of course some Bush's baked beans.
Better watch out. The vegans are going to scold you.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah. That
They're
sounds
just
yummy.
jealous.
How did Al like it?
Oh, are you kidding? He loved it. He
Yeah, I
loved
bet
it.
he-
Loved
I
it.
bet
Loved
he
it.
did. I bet he did.
Practice Mutual Aid. Thank you, Linda. Linda, she makes all our cards, our mutual aid cards. They're beautiful. They're pretty.
Stop the war on the poor. What did you
Oh,
bring? A United Spot
I
or
had to
did
bring one more United Spot. We're getting
All
towards
right.
the end of the deck, so let's watch one more United Spot.
Okay.
Thanks for stopping by today, Nancy. Well, I had to get my strings tightened and pick up my extremely large set. Hey, should I be wearing a mask? That was a good one, son. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. I can't wait to post this picture on Twitter. This will drive them nuts. The peasants will be so upset when they see us together smiling. They're so jealous of us. I know, they're so jealous. I mean, they hate us because they inch us. I know, right? It's like, be happy for us, you know? Too many haters in this country. Exactly. We're rich, they're not. Get over it. Well said, son. You know, George, you got a really smart kid. Thanks a lot, Nancy. I just wish more people knew who I was. Oh, they will. You'll be taking your father's place real soon. So, how are things going at work? Pretty good. I'm doing everything you instructed me to do. You're doing a great job. The peasants are so confused right now. I know. They're like, wait a second. Didn't you say this? But now you're saying something different. They're seriously running around in a panic. The old switcheroo. They don't even know what to believe anymore. My plan is working. You're a genius, George. Those peasants are so stupid. Yeah, Dad. You're a genius. I know. I own the people. I own the news. I own everything. Oh, give me the chills. Got me kind of moist. So what's next? Stick to the plan. Divide the country and continue to control the peasants. Divide as much as possible. Mass versus no mass. Cootie shot versus no cootie shot. Basha versus Jack Daniels. Right. Divide, conquer, and keep it and in control. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Where's
my
that
God.
Well, my bowel movements right now. You need to use the bathroom? Yup. Yay, more. It's good to be rich. I'm so rich, I wipe my butt with $100 bills. One ply? What's wrong with one ply? Around here,
One ply.
$300 to wipe our butts. $300? Yeah, 3 ply is so much more comfortable than 1 ply. I gotta try that. Hey, can you see my strings? No, they're invisible. So what are we gonna do about Joe? Don't worry about Joe. I will take care of it. Now go and control the peasants. Cause we're the best 3 friends that anyone could have. We're the best 3 friends that anyone could have.
Okay.
It's the cheese. It's the cheese.
The cheese
Oh
gets her
my-
every time.
Jeez, the cheese, man.
Let me see where we are in the deck. I thought we were getting close to the end, but maybe we're not.
We are. We're
Are
getting
we?
close. Thanks everybody.
Oh
for
yeah,
hanging
no, we
around.
are. Okay.
Yeah.
I must have just moved this one. Let's see. There we go. So
Yeah, I
we
love
interrupt this broadcast to bring you breaking news: the Halloween Balloon Festival in Colorado. That would scare
Yeah.
the shit out of me to look up in the sky and see a big Freddy floating by.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I like the
You
the
would.
Darth Maul and the Friday the 13th, the hockey mask guy.
Yeah.
So that's good.
That's
Love it,
kind of cool.
love it.
We have a hot air balloon festival here in Squim in September every year, and it's cool. It's cool to watch them. I had to bring this. I caught this on the way out. The Goo Goo Dolls look like a lesbian couple that runs a bed and breakfast, and they just made me try almond milk, and they're eagerly awaiting to see if I like it.
Jesus Christ.
I did
Oh my
reface this on that. That's too funny. And just a
That is good.
reminder, Kevin Spacey, reporter, Kevin Spacey accuser Linda Calkins dead after being struck by a car. A massage therapist suing Kevin Spacey for sexual assault dies ahead of trial. Kevin Spacey won't face criminal charges in a groping case after accuser's death. And Kevin Spacey's accuser dies by suicide days after the actor posts "killed him with kindness" video.
What the hell? What are the odds?
It's a coincidence. Like he would say, it's just purely coinkydink, right?
Yeah, well, this is obviously his Netflix movie come to life. So he pushed somebody off on a train, I bet.
It is. It is. I see. We got scumbag of the week. Let's see.
Yeah, I
had this on the deck, so I pulled mine and left yours.
Oh, I had to ask our friends over at Indie News Network who they recommended this week.
Good choice. I had it.
Yeah, they recommended Joe Biden and somebody in our community, and I declined. And I want to be clear about this. We're not going to put anybody in our community that is at our level of discourse as scumbag of the week because we got enough going on.
We got enough real scumbags in the world. We don't need to be attacking indie media.
No, we don't need to do that. It'll be settled, but it'll be settled in private. So that's how we roll. But these high-profile ones, they're fair game.
They are fair game. So there you go. Zelensky says his goal is to turn the Ukraine into a greater Israel.
Now, can I vomit a little bit more or what?
Vomit away.
That's not a surprise, and he's dead ass serious too.
Oh, shut up, Hillary. when I hit play on to the next one, the little dancing Barbie bobblehead, Hillary started dancing. She'll get us a copyright strike. She's not allowed to talk anymore.
Don't do that.
Okay, so what do we got? We got Fee says here. Let me go to a side shot. Yeah, that works. Okay.
You found this. I didn't find this.
Of course I found this. So Fee says billionaire Donald Trump put some of the worst deep state spooks into his cabinet, welcomed Operation Warp Speed on vaccines, initiated the largest transfer of wealth from workers to the elite. He is not the anti-establishment, anti-globalist you're trying to make him out to be. And not to mention, he didn't pardon Julian Assange, even when asked by his supporters, if you're going to continue promoting the two-party system, whether it's the Jim Crow Joe or the Trump, you're not serious about actually improving people's lives. Many of Trump's own supporters left because of it. Bravo, Sister Fee, slaying it.
And honestly, that's the one I was going to put in, but I thought, well, maybe you might find another one that you want to put in because
Heck no. Great minds think alike. That was great.
No, that was great. And again, wonderful. And Pasta's doing a great job engineering over there. And I'm glad they're having so much fun and they're free to do more and more without having to have me around. So, but I will be doing remote stuff for them when they need me to help.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah. That was always our goal is to, you know, I'm getting up to speed now, you know, we're just able to do so much more now. And I'm glad it freed you up because then you're free to be creative with the shows. And
I know my wife's happier.
I bet you're not locked in a room for 8 hours.
Yeah, that could be it. So is that it? Are we going?
I think let's talk about Julian Assange and hands off of Assange. 12 to 3 p.m. October 8th, out front of the Department of Justice with their stupid Art Deco stuff out there. And this mural is amazing. I brought this mural just to show you that, you know, the name of it was, I want to say it was Jvoit, something like that. I had it. I'm sorry, I can't see it at this point, but I am but one person. What can I do? Unite to save Julian Assange. Saturday, August 8th, human chain surrounding Parliament. So at the same time that we are going to be outside the Department of Justice in Washington, D.C., there's going to be a movement outside of Parliament in the UK where everybody's going to make a human chain and go around the Parliament. So and then Australia's got stuff, and I mean there's just, it is a global movement. If you can come, please come. If you can't, you can help one of us out. You know, go to Comrade Misty's page. She's got donation places there. Of course, you can help Amber and I get there, and we just appreciate all the support. We can't wait to be on the ground with great people. Some of the people that have confirmed are Chris Hedges, Jill Stein, there's so many good ones. Those are the two that I'm excited to talk to. Right?
they're going to have video testimonials from like Maju Baraka.
Yeah.
And so
Reverend
many
Annie
other people.
Chambers is going to be
Yeah,
there.
she's going to be there. Yeah,
I know. I'm
she's-
excited to talk to her too, because I was supposed to meet her some other time and something happened and I didn't get a chance to meet her. So I'm excited this time. Like I'm going to get to meet her this time.
No, that's great. I'm glad. So and that's October 8th. You said August, but we know you meant October.
Oh, did I?
So,
Yeah, my
yeah.
brain's still stuck in August. What can
I'm
I
still in
say?
August too, October 8th. And do you think that the British the cops over there are going to make sure that chain does not get connected around?
They've been pretty gnarly and nasty lately, especially with the royal queen crap going on. So yeah, I expect there to be trouble there. I don't in DC, but yeah, I do.
I don't want any trouble. I want people to get there and do what they're set out to do, because it can just, once the trouble starts, then people just start getting thrown in jail, and the mass media doesn't even cover it. They just blow it off. So
right.
Yeah.
Natalie, I haven't heard if there's anything actually happened in the Seattle Tacoma area.
I bet there will be.
I think there will be. Normally, Amber and I would be in on organizing it, but since we're headed for DC, that's where our organizing efforts have been. But I will look for information and let you know one of our next shows if I find something or I'm going to find somebody and say, get your ass downtown Seattle and show some unity with us in DC. So there's a lot of people out there that talk a lot of talk in the last 5 years about Julian Assange and freedom of speech that I know they need to get their asses out there. So
yeah, make sure you tell everybody. We'll tell them right now. DM me all this video streams you can in my Twitter DM, because I am going to be engineering for that event on the West Coast. I will be the West Coast hub, Pacific Northwest. I don't know who's going to be doing it in California, if they are, but I've got streams coming in from around the world, supposedly. So Saturday morning, that'll be October 8th. I guess I'm going to kick the stream on at 8 o'clock after we get a tech checkup.
okay. Well, we land at like 7 in the morning. We got to get our gear, and then I think we'll be at our first event by 11 a.m., which is going to be 7 a.m. your time.
Yep. So we'll be doing tech checks between 7 and 8, and 8 I'll kick.
Oh my gosh, after we fly all night. I'm already tired just thinking about it. But you know what? Julian Assange is sitting in a prison cell being fucking tortured for telling us the truth. You know, a lot of it we knew, but he confirmed it for us. And I figure I can just suck it up and go, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, SF Thomas, the super chat. Free Assange cuss jar. FU Massage YouTube. Hashtag free Assange now. I love it. Yeah, FU Massage YouTube.
Yeah, Chanda. Look at you. Yeah, she loves it. Definitely SFT. She's
I
she's
know.
right
I'm gonna get a cuss jar for one of the widgets on one of my streams so we can watch it fill up.
Yeah, we would have made bank Saturday night. You said the F word like
I've
15
gotten
times.
much better about it. Can I tell you? I have
Better at saying it or not?
No,
saying
I'm not saying it. Can you imagine?
Well,
it would be every other word.
Well, you're not a Vanguard person, so you don't do that like they do. So
does Vanguard? Well, I don't
Oh,
condone them for that. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't either. But they like to use those colorful, boring metaphors all the time.
Colorful, boring.
Well, you know,
What
at
is
least
that?
when you, our sister Sabrina, throws one out there, you're passionate and you mean every goddamn ounce of it. So there you go.
Yeah, no. And you know, I've always taken a lot of shit for my vulgar language in a lot of these spaces. I was once removed as the chair of a very big group because I said I don't give a shit to one of the Democrats. Literally,
oh my
I said,
God, where's the
I don't give
pearl?
a shit. They were like, how dare you use such vulgar language? I was just like,
my God, be still my heart.
I know. I was like, this is the problem. So yeah, I'm used to it and I am trying to clean it up, but you know, that's who I am. And I love about Jamie Deluxe in his intro. He says, I say fuck. And I do too. And you either accept it or you don't. It's who I am.
Yeah. What do we got? Announcements? We got anything else?
Yeah, we got an announcement. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. I'm learning all the bells and whistles on this thing.
You're doing great.
Thanks. I want to shout out our chat a little bit. Hey, SF Thomas, go start. Vass Adams, hey Vic. What is that? Bella Maddie's mama. welcome. Check this on The System by Tom McDonald's if you haven't already. He's awesome. Yeah, I agree. I love Tom McDonald's. I've been a big supporter of his for many years, many years. And independent media, that is independent music happening on its own without labels and without these middlemen. So absolutely, if you haven't checked Tom McDonald out, he can be a little edgy on some of it, kind of a little more right wing than I would support. But
Uncle Warren's coming back this weekend with his secret shows. Return Friday and Saturday nights at 12:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Looking forward to that, Uncle Warren. Glad you're coming back. Gamer and Ganja for life. Good to see you. If Becca C, if you're out there, I haven't shouted Becca C out, but she's been liking a lot of stuff.
She's been stopping by my shows in the morning, and I appreciate everybody who's been so supportive and checking out the Trailer Park Pundit and hanging out with me. I was going to tell you, I don't like doing my own show. I'm not one of those people that needs to hear my own voice. And after 90 minutes, I just feel like I'm just babbling and that nothing I'm saying is important.
You'll get used to it. I mean, you've been doing shows with me and other people for
Pasta
a long time.
And Amber.
And Thursday you're going to have Pasta in there with you too. So you get to hang out. I mean, engineering and doing a show and being not wanting to, be the sole voice of the show. That takes a lot. I give you kudos for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes I'll end the stream and be like, ugh, I'm not used to it. I'm used to having banter. I'm used to having back and forth and not being the only voice. So
no, this is good. Now are you going to engineer Chanda's or Amber's show Friday night, or?
If you want me to, I'll give you a Friday off. You haven't had a Friday off in a while, huh?
Well, I mentioned it to Sister Amber yesterday, and she's all for it. If you'd like to engineer, that way you can do her show, do this show, and yeah, if you're up to it. But if you're cooked, I'll.
Well, how about we just take turns? Like, one Friday I'll take it. One Friday
I'm all for that too. Okay. Yeah, if you want to do that, but again, I'm.
But I'll take Friday if you want.
But you can engineer Convo now, just watching what you've been doing lately and tonight. It's easy. You'll be able to engineer
that was too. The goal. And now I can bring in guests and I can move through frames. And I've only been working with this studio for 5 days. So I will get better. I've already worked a lot of the kinks out. So
yeah, you're doing great. And
I appreciate it.
Like I said, we're working with Indie News Network too. So we hope to help them and they're going to help us. And we're building a media community, and kudos to everybody who's willing to work together without having TMZ fights or any of this other stuff. Thank you, Warren.
You guys are so kind, and I just appreciate you guys so much. None of this would happen without you guys. I mean, it was like pulling teeth to get me to come on and do shows back in the beginning, and now here I am. I never wanted to engineer or write shows or any of that, right? I just thought I'd stop by. I thought I'd stop by a couple of podcasts back in 2015, 2016, and here I am. So now you're stuck with me.
Yeah,
we got a great closer tonight. You did a good job on this.
Oh, thank you. I love this cover. I got to tell you, it's one of the best covers of this song that I've heard to date. I must say, I ran it through the DaVinci. I did enhance it a little bit because the bass was a little too light. So, I love the Moody Blues too. So anyway, thank you so much for engineering tonight, and thanks everybody who's hanging out in the chat. Appreciate all the likes. Been pretty steady tonight, so I can't wait. Beauty and the Boomer Saturday night. We should have a stomping good show, I hope.
We're gonna have a great show. So our next show is Saturday night. You can join me Thursday for Trailer Park Pundit. I think Pasta will be there this Thursday, but he's getting ready to leave for Belize or Brazil. And so I don't think he'll be on next week's show. But so definitely tune in this Thursday, and be supporting all the fans out there on independent media. We appreciate you guys, and have a great night.
Meeting so many people who are trying to be free. And while I'm traveling, I hear so many words. Language barriers broken, now we found the key. And if you want the way to change to love about you, and you're the only other person to know, don't tell me I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band. I found that pictures can be drawn from the word. Only through as the artist, we gotta agree. 1,000 miles can lead so many ways. Just to know who's driving, what the hell it would be. So if you want this world of yours to turn about you, and you can see exactly what to do, please tell me I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band. I really understand why it's hard to think of all the people who are only destroying themselves. And when you see a frightened person who is fighting for the people who are scorching the earth, scorching the earth. I'm just wondering on the face of this earth, meeting so many people who are trying to be free. And while I'm traveling, I hear so many words. Language barriers broken, now we found the key. And if you want this wind to change to love about you, then you're the only other person to know. Don't tell me I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band. I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band. I really understand why it's hard to people for the people who are only destroying themselves. And when you see a frightened person who is fighting for the people who are scorching this earth, scorching this earth. Music is the traveler across the world. So many people bridging the seas. I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band. We're just a singer in a rock and roll band. I really understand why it's hard to people for the people who are only destroying themselves. And when you see a frightened person who is fighting for the people who are scorching this earth, scorching this earth.